Greetings Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're diving into the flames with Aiden, the Dominion's legendary flamebearer and brother of Kayla. Aiden isn't just a healer. He's not just a support. He's one of the most unique heroes in Hero Wars Alliance, combining sacrifice, resurrection, healing, and shielding into a kit that can completely flip the flow of battle. On his own, Aiden is a solid backline protector. But when paired with his sister Kayla, he transforms into the beating heart of one of the most dangerous duos in the entire game. Today, we're going to break down everything about Aiden, his skills, builds, glyphs, skins, artifacts, talismans, and even how to counter him when his flames start to feel overwhelming. Let's start with what makes Aiden so special, his skills. His first skill, Phoenix Ritual, is the one that defines him. When activated, Aiden sacrifices 20% of his maximum health to grant his allies permanent maximum health and current health. At the same time, he sets them on fire, dealing damage over time equal to the bonus health for 9 seconds. But here's the twist, allies with less than 25% health are never hurt by this fire. And if Kayla has fallen, Phoenix Ritual brings her back to life. That means Aiden can create an almost infinite loop of resurrection. Kayla dies, Aiden brings her back, she dives in again, and the cycle repeats. Meanwhile, every activation permanently increases the health of your whole team, making them harder and harder to kill the longer the fight goes on. This isn't just a skill, it's a snowball. Every use tilts the battle further in your favor. His second skill, Fire Embrace, builds on that theme of survival. Aiden heals the ally with the lowest health, while also healing everyone who's lost health from friendly skills since the last cast. Chaos heroes gain even more healing. This means that when Kayla burns herself within a flame, or when Aiden uses bonds of fire, Fire Embrace can patch those wounds back up. And it's not just Kayla, if your main damage dealer is hanging by a thread, Fire Embrace can swing the outcome, pulling them back into the fight when it matters most. Next, Bonds of Fire, his third skill. Aiden damages the ally with the highest health, along with any allies above 80% health, taking 2.5% of their maximum HP. But that sacrifice isn't wasted, Aiden absorbs it, increasing his own maximum and current health and healing himself in the process. The more his team sacrifices, the stronger he becomes. And here's where synergy takes things to another level. When Zesha is on the field, every sacrifice boosts her magic attack permanently through her Soaring Might skill. Then, with spiritual power, she shares that attack bonus with the entire team. In other words, Bonds of Fire doesn't just empower Aiden. It turns into a permanent scaling engine for your whole squad when Zesha is present. What begins as sacrifice quickly becomes overwhelming power. And finally, his fourth skill, Flame Shield. Whenever Aiden or any ally he started the fight with drops below 30% health, he creates a powerful shield that absorbs both physical and magical damage for 4 seconds. The shield's strength is tied to the total maximum health of the entire team, and because Phoenix Ritual keeps boosting max health, those shields only get stronger as the battle goes on. The effect can only trigger on each ally once every 15 seconds, but in practice, that's often enough to save your carries from certain death. So you can see the pattern. Aiden sacrifices himself, boosts his allies, heals the weak, grows stronger, and shields his team. He's not a passive healer who just stands in the backline. He's an active force, constantly trading his own vitality to bend the battle in your favor. Now, how do you build Aiden to make the most of this fiery kit? Because so much of his power scales with health and magic attack, that's exactly where we start. In the Violet ranks, prioritize items like Flaming Heart, Diviner's Orb, and Tome of Fate. These give him the mix of survivability and healing power he needs. Once you move into the orange ranks, look for Asclepius's staff, blue plate armor, and light of distant stars. These push his stats even higher, letting him survive longer and output stronger heals. Around orange +3 or 4, Aiden really starts to shine as a late game support. Skins are just as important. Aiden has 5, his default skin, 2 for magic attack, one of them A+ version, 1 for health, and 1 for armor. The order here is clear. Health comes first. Every point of health fuels Phoenix Ritual and Flame Shield while also making him harder to kill. After that, focus on the magic attack plus skin. This pushes Fire Embrace and Bonds of Fire to higher levels of healing and sacrifice. Then go for his other magic attack skin for even more scaling. Fourth, invest in armor to give him protection against physical heavy lineups. And last, his default skin, which increases his main stat of intelligence. Useful, yes, but not as impactful as the others. If Aiden ever receives another health or magic attack skin in the future, that instantly becomes the new top priority. Now let's talk glyphs. Aiden has 5, health, magic attack, intelligence, armor, and magic defense. Start with health. Just like skins, this is the most important, fueling Phoenix Ritual and Flame Shield while keeping him alive longer. Next is magic attack, which boosts both his healing and his damage from Bonds of Fire. Third, intelligence, because it adds balanced increases across his skills and also improves magic defense slightly. Fourth, armor, to give him a little more durability against physical attackers. And finally, magic defense. Since Aiden already has a solid base thanks to his intelligence, this glyph has the least impact early on. Push all glyphs to level 40, and only go higher if you're chasing skill class bonuses. Artifacts are where his scaling really starts to snowball. His weapon artifact boosts the team's magic defense whenever Phoenix Ritual is cast. His book artifact increases his magic attack and health. And his ring boosts intelligence. Here's the priority, the book comes first. It amplifies both his survival and his healing output at the same time. Second is the ring, which gives balanced improvements to healing and survivability. Last is the weapon artifact. Magic defense is nice for the team, but compared to boosting Aiden's own core stats, it's not as impactful. The gift of the elements is simple, max it. Health and magic attack are exactly what he wants, and both scale directly with his skills. If you leave this unfinished, Aiden simply won't feel complete. Then we have talismans. Aiden has 2 excellent ones, the first with intelligence and magic attack, and the second with toughness and health. The first amplifies his role as a healer and sacrificer, the second pushes his survivability to new levels. The intelligence and magic attack talisman is VIP, while the health and toughness talisman is harder to get but still valuable. Either way, both fit him perfectly. Without them, Aiden can still function, but with them, he becomes a rock-solid anchor that elevates the whole team. But of course, no hero is unstoppable. Let's talk about how to counter Aiden. Morrigan is one of the best answers. Her necromancy blocks Phoenix Ritual's resurrection of Kayla, shutting down one of Aiden's most dangerous tricks. Cleaver can pull Aiden into the front line with Rusty Hook, exposing him to focused attacks. Celeste can flip his healing into damage, turning his support role against him. Jorgen can redirect damage to the backline with Leper, and since Aiden usually sits in the back, he becomes an easy target. Cornelius punishes his high intelligence stat, often one-shotting Aiden with heavy wisdom. Phobos can drain his energy and stun him if he has the highest magic attack, locking him out of crucial skills. Dew naturally targets the backline, making Aiden an early target. And even Heidi can exploit Flame Shield, because any shield Aiden creates may end up causing allies to take damage when toxins are applied. So yes, Aiden is powerful, but he's not invincible. Smart counters and timing can shut him down. And that's what makes Aiden such a fascinating hero. He's not just about numbers on a stat sheet, he's about tempo, sacrifice, and constant adaptation. He makes his team harder to kill, he brings Kayla back again and again, he sustains through healing, and he shields allies when they're at their weakest. Played well, Aiden can tilt an entire fight in your favor. Played against without preparation, he can feel like an unbreakable wall of fire. And that's it for today, Guardians. What do you think about Aiden? Do you see him as the perfect support for Kayla, or do you prefer running him in other chaos-based lineups? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your strategies. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Olympus Alliance, and ring the bell so you never miss a single deep dive. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.